back with the quarterfinals of the Leagues Cup 2023 going down Friday, August 11th. So, Querétaro kind of having a little bit of a, what do they call it, a Cinderella story so far. Nobody expected them to knock out New England Revolution. Their offense was definitely something to watch out for. And this Philadelphia Union, again, doing all the right things, winning the games how they're supposed to do it. So what bet are we going with for this game? I'm still stuck between wanting to pick a tie, a draw, or just take Querétaro on the money line because, I mean, crazier things have been happening in this whole tournament. So I don't think any pick is bad in this tournament so far. Nobody would have expected what's been happening, especially in these playoffs, man. So, but what I got with you guys so far that I think are good bets for this game, give me both teams to score over 3. Both of these teams have an iffy defense, and both of their offenses can light things up. So, there you go. I think these are some good bets. I think we're going to see some goals possibly, even if we just see 2. But I think both of these teams can definitely do some damage on each other. 2 for the quarterfinals. I find it very surprising that Charlotte FC is in here still. I don't know how they made it, but hey, they're in here. To be honest, guys, I think this tournament is just for Lionel Messi to win it. So they might as well just hand Miami the trophy. But hey, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, I think the final will be something like Miami and LAFC. That's what I'm guessing. And hopefully LAFC wins that. But anyway, as far as this game, I don't have much for you guys. I think it's just a Miami win. I think it's pretty obvious. So I'll probably use Inter Miami in like a parlay piece or something as some part of parlay. But to pay minus 235, I'm not so sure on that. Or when the line comes out right now, because I don't have the price line, but Inter Miami to qualify. We'll see what's the price on that when it comes out. But using Inter Miami in like a parlay piece for something, it's damn near secure. Game for the quarterfinals, Leagues Cup 2023. LAFC taking on Monterrey. This is probably the most exciting game on this out of the quarterfinals, if you were to ask me. Now, Monterrey, they're just so consistent, guys. That is just all I can say about how they've been throughout this whole tournament. I still think it's a little bit of a downer that they don't have their forward still, but still they're managing to hang in there. Again, very defensive team. And this LAFC, wow, I don't really follow them. I never really followed their games, but dang, their offense is just it's fun to watch them. I can see why a lot of people, there's a big fan base around them, and I can see why they're one of the top clubs in the MLS. Very, very beautiful football that they're playing. But how are they going to do against this Monterrey? They're the one Mexican team I can still have faith in. That's not much of an analysis, but Monterrey is in some low-scoring games, guys. I think the under. I'm going to take a shot with the under here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't hit. It's just I think Monterrey is going to hold on for dear life and not get scored on, and they're very good at that too. But I think they can also cause the upset, maybe like a 1-0 win, and that's what I'm hoping for. That's usually how they pull out of these type of spots, Playoffs, when it comes to playoffs, I think defense is very, very important. LAFC, I don't think they've had enough threats in their last couple games, but Juarez proved they can get scored on. And even though it was just one, but Monterrey and Juarez are 2 different teams. So I think this is going to be a tough matchup for LAFC, and I'm hoping for Monterrey to pull through. But like I said, as far as how these playoffs and just this tournament in general has been, there hasn't been such a thing as a bad bet. So if you don't like mine, if you like LAFC better, I don't blame you. This is just what's my personal preference and just from what I've seen. But, tread lightly, bet these games with caution. Now, to me, the second most exciting game, or third. Second. I think this is probably the second most excited one that I'm looking forward to on the quarterfinals. Nashville versus Minnesota. Both of these teams were in some high scoring games the last round. Nashville, I don't think they deserved to be in the quarterfinals. I think, again, a lot of controversy surrounding how they beat America. If you want, you guys can go look that up, but it has to do with the referee job in that game. And I'm not sure if this Nashville deserved to come on here, and I think Minnesota is going to expose them. Minnesota played a very competitive, very close game with Toluca. Took a 2-0 lead, and then Toluca ended up scoring on Minnesota 2-0 or 2-2 in the draw. Then Minnesota takes the win in penalties, so they just barely got away from it. But I think they scratched and clawed their way to be here. Not that Nashville didn't do it either, but they were down and out before a couple of calls, and that's what makes me think. I don't know. I think they choke up this. I don't think they get that kind of help in this game, and I think Minnesota can expose them as long as Minnesota gets that lead and holds on to it a lot smarter than they did with their last game. I think they can come home with the upset and get into that next round. But I also think we're going to see goals in this game from both teams. So give me the both teams to score if you want to use it in a parlay. If I were to parlay anything, guys, just to give it to you guys real quick, both teams to score on this one, and then just pair that up with Inter Miami. I think that's for sure you're gonna get plus odds, and I think though that's a good little 2-leg parlay for some nice plus money, something around there. I haven't checked it, but I think that's a good parlay if you guys would like. If you don't want to play it, don't play it. But both teams to score, even by itself, is also a good play. I'm probably going to use it with something else. But I'm taking Minnesota on the money line. I think they expose Nashville. I'm not quite convinced by Nashville. Minnesota, again, they fought tooth and nail for their spot here. Nashville coming in with controversy. I think it gets to them. Minnesota money line. Both teams to score.